Knock my.
Back in the gym. I was telling my girl, she said, you fat too. Oh, shit. Let me get back. So you fat too. I was talking about her. Damn, you can't get up with this shit. You fat too. I was like, hell no, I'm getting back in the gym. And I went that motherfucker there, climbed in that bitch. My body, just like, my lower back is just spasming.
Mike's hot.
So you said he said he's on his way. That's what you said, right? Trying to get down here, right? Okay. Oh yeah. Just, just letting everybody know my man is on his way. We here. Trying to keep my back straight. Yay. What's happening, people? What's going on? I'm trying to sit up straight here instead of looking like I got a hump in my back, but that's what it is. What's going on, everybody? It is Classic Conversations with JT and Low and my man. Yo, we are in here. We're in here tonight, man. We are in here. And I got you. And we got a special guest that's on his way. We got an author that's on his way, and we already have some other things we're going to talk about anyway. Telephone number 404-500-1605. Please call us and be a part of this conversation. Angelo, MJ, what's up, bro? Y'all talk to him.
What's good, brother? What's good, man? How you doing, man? Welcome back.
Yeah, good to be back. Good to be back, man. That set life, boy.
That set
life, man. Listen, I can't really. Their NDA is like solid, so I can't really say names. But boy, let me tell you,
you had a good time, though.
Ooh, did I ever? And y'all remember this. When I'm able to let you know where I was at, you would totally understand what I'm talking about, man. It was a great time. I'm waiting for a call back. I ain't gonna tell you no wrong. Yeah. Got your little backup.
That's a cheap backup, just in case.
Yeah.
I know, man. I know. We can't Glenn live it all every week. I done bought it now, so I gotta use it until it's gone.
We'll save it for opening night.
Ask a cop, man. How was your week, brother?
Man, it was outstanding, man. I was up in Chicago. On the negative, 2 Chicago officers got shot. One's deceased, the other one's fighting for his life. Just gun violence, stupid gun violence. You had 3 people threw their life away. 2 officers' lives, one lost their life, one's irreparably changed, and 3 young black people threw their life away. I won't tell the normal unclean joke, but we got to start dealing with black-on-black violence and black violence, period. I don't care what happened. Why would you throw your life away on a traffic stop? It makes no sense.
Okay, I was about to ask. Was a 911 call, a traffic stop, or a traffic stop?
Yeah, it was a traffic stop. They were part of a traffic unit, just a regular traffic stop. She went to the left. He went to the right side. When she came up to the driver's door, the backseat passenger shot her in the face.
What?
Then he turned the gun on the other officer, shooting him. He shot him under, I don't know which eye, but one of the eyes. So
wow.
Yeah, just doing a job. She had just had a child. She was just coming back off maternity leave, so she has a child that's never gonna know her mother. For those of y'all out there cheering because a cop got shot, it's violence is bad either way around. But Chicago is ridiculous. The whole time I was up there, I had a good time. I was up there with my cousins. Chicago PD, fire, different things. But that's a beautiful city. But dude, don't go off the beaten path in that motherfucker. I'm not even lying, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Them some scary uncleans.
Real unclean.
Yeah.
Or the infected. Choose your choice.
They had an ambush officer here not too long ago too, right? Mm-hmm. Atlanta officer. Young
officer. They had a ride for him, getting funds together for him because people don't realize when you lose your income. That's, he still gets paid from the city, but all the extra stuff he did. So officers had Sergeant Warren Picard, put together a fundraiser ride, bicycle ride. They did it, raised some funds for him. He was same thing. He was answering the call. Time he stepped off the elevator, the guy engaged him. See, that's what people aren't looking at when every time they say, "Oh, why did you approach him like that? Why did you throw guns on him like that?" And they're infected. And a lot of times you got to look at those officers want to go home like everybody else. And like I said, my whole time I'm on an apartment, you'll tell I'm more of a hands-on type of guy. These young dudes now, they're all carrying guns. They're quick to use them. They don't have hands. And the officers are fearful. And it's not just fear of a black man. It's fear of the infected.
So basically what you're saying is, as a lot of people are jumping quickly in regards to why did you
come out with your gun? Why did you come up with your chest? Why did you come up really aggressive? It's because they really don't know what to expect, and they could end up coming upon somebody that's like the guy was in the elevator, and as soon as he pulled up, the dude just jumped all over him.
Exactly, and like I say this, and I don't want to harp on it too much, but it's like the other day, you got young brothers just mean mugging and just walking around like they're angry, like for no reason. And imagine a cop and you didn't grow up in a inner city neighborhood where you can smell bitch. You're just looking out. This guy's, oh shit, he's a killer. He's angry about something. Well, hell, if somebody's upset about something, it's gonna make you ratchet your level up. And then pretty soon everybody's ratcheting up, and then that's when mistakes happen. And a lot of times mistakes can cause to a loss of life. You can't ratchet all the way up. Yo, time out, I just want some YouTube footage. It doesn't work like that. Quit playing with the police before you get yourself hurt.
So we're gonna try not to harp on it too much today. We're gonna try and get off the violence and everything. We're gonna talk about something else before our author gets here. We're gonna talk about these new numbers in COVID, man, and how this stuff is going up. Want to talk a little bit about. I thought that people started seeing it more and being more aware of it once the Olympics started, and you started seeing all these athletes that couldn't go, all of that type stuff. And, and as much as we like to say, but it's not that we like to say it is. It's a personal choice whether or not you want to get vaccinated or not. It's a personal choice.
Yeah.
Now, trying to figure out the best way to go here. It's a personal choice, but
however,
are we not seeing a difference between the vaccinated and the unvaccinated people that's being infected and the effects of the virus on the vaccinated and unvaccinated?
Well, we're seeing it, but I think we're really going to see it this fall. I'm not even going to hold no punches. When you get outside the metro Atlanta area, it's like there's no pandemic. And,
Wait a minute now. You saying we got the metro Atlanta area. What you mean? Right here.
Yeah.
Well, you have a...
I know you love your city. Listen, I know you love your city, man. But come on.
It's some bullshit. People, put the goddamn mask on, man. Because see, if I catch COVID and I know you gave it to me, you better hope I don't lose any of my abilities. Because I'm coming for that ass. It ain't going to be no hey. They going to be like, Mike can't walk or lose his sight, stamina, whatever,
When I knew that, the word was out already that Atlanta was kind of open. It was the open city where people could still come and hang out, do this and do that and the third. But even at that time,
hard to fly
if you went into a store, cashiers and everything still was wearing masks.
Yeah.
Now you go in the store and the cashiers are not even wearing masks anymore.
It's 60-40.
60 on the ones not wearing masks. Yeah.
That's about anywhere.
I know here, my liquor store that I go to, of course, when you go there a lot, your people recognize you. They know you, know what you're about to buy. And I had to ask him, I said, hey, bro. I said, you wearing your mask.
Can you give address out?
No. And I told him, I said, that me wearing my mask is me protecting you. Mm-hmm. As much money as I spend with you, why don't you give me the same courtesy as protecting me by putting your mask on as you are sitting behind the counter? So this city it has been open for a while, but I think it's opened up a lot more. And it could be because of the people that has gotten vaccinated, is a little more open with it.
No, there's no question. Well, unless you hoping they've gotten vaccinated.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they just wide open with it. But a lot of them are the same people who didn't want to do it in the first place. They didn't want to wear a mask. But what I'd be concerned about is just watching the news and you're watching these people protesting at these schools, for example, elementary, middle, high schools, these parents literally out there protesting because the superintendents of those particular districts required mandated masks for the schools. And these parents are losing their natural minds. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what is wrong with y'all?
It's so stupid.
It is. It's
just.
bruh, but they are dead serious. I'm talking about they want these folks jobs because they're saying we're trying to keep your child as well as my child safe, and these folks are losing their natural minds. You know what I mean? Now you know.
Just call it out. Quit stuttering.
It's one race over more so than the other.
Yeah.
That's having a fit. But the flip side goes back to the conversation we had a couple weeks ago about who's not taking the shot. Now, since we've had that conversation, I've had numerous conversations. I don't know if y'all have done the same with people.
Yeah.
You know, about the same topics, and the rationale that they give the people who don't want to take the shot is the same. You know what I mean? I don't know what's in it. They did it too fast. You know, da 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 da. You know what I mean? But yet you're seeing every day where they're saying the rise of these cases in the hospitals are going up, and 90+% of the people are non-vaccinated people. Now, the people who don't want to get vaccinated are going to say, oh, they're just making that up.
You know what? Matter of fact, I'm sure that somebody is out there watching right now that hasn't been vaccinated, and their
Call
reasoning
your dumb reason.
Their reasoning is because, like you said, you know, they don't know what's in it. They want to wait and see.
Keep
what
tracking
happens.
us.
It's been a long time since the vaccine's been going out.
Yeah.
And nothing has really. Wait,
He done
what?
have it.
Who? What?
Because he's of that generation. He's of that
Or they
young
tracking
generation.
you? All right, when that bug hit your ass.
I'm pro-choice. Like you said, you have your choice. Don't have your choice.
But it affects other people.
You gotta say it again. If you have your choice, wear a mask. That's all.
Can I put you on the spot for a second, bro? Yeah. Can I put you on the spot?
Me?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm not interviewing you on the show. I'm interviewing you as a club owner.
Okay.
What's your policy going to be on when your employees return for the grand opening? Are you going to make that a requirement that you have a shot? It'll be easy on the bartenders because they want that money, but everybody else may waffle on it.
That's a good question. I'm not going to require the shot. I can't, I'm not going to mandate it. I'm going to respectfully ask everyone, but they're going to be still required to wear their masks and their gloves regardless.
Okay.
Regardless. So, that's going to be for the foreseeable future. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
I have a follow-up on that.
Go
This
ahead.
is you as a club
Go
owner.
ahead.
Now, this is what I'm saying is so that people can see how I feel about it. Now, as a patron, it's your responsibility as a club owner to protect me. But if I'm an employee that's taking a shot that maybe has a young child, I think it's somewhat reckless, and I really think it should be handled differently the way they're doing this. Stimulus checks, revoke them. All kind of any aid, revoke them, because you're deciding to do something that's putting other people at risk, and you're in a setting where you're dealing with the public. Now, if you live in the mountains and not coming in contact with people, that's on you. But when you're interacting with food, drinks, and everything else, I don't think it should be a choice. But I'm always far right. I will admit that. And I'm far right on this one because I think you should take the choice away out of it. I know you're my boy, but I think when you give people a choice whether to fuck somebody up, that's like Russian roulette. If I brought a revolver and put a bullet in, spun it around and pointed it at everybody's head, everybody look at me like I'm crazy. And that's pretty much what you're doing with now the COVID vaccine. I just think it's just like polio. The reason they eradicated polio was because they gave a vaccine. A lot of the major diseases were defeated because they came up with vaccines to combat them. If you don't do that, we're pretty much just flapping the wings.
That's correct. I agree. And quite honestly, I would love to be able to mandate that, but then the same scenario, you don't know what customers are going to be in there, vaccinated or not. You can't ask who's vaccinated. You know what I mean? At some point, just hoping people come to a logical conclusion. You know, there's a kid, Douglas County High School, just died last week, and from COVID, and they clearly said had he been vaccinated, he'd be alive. There was a husband and wife that just died 19 hours apart from each other from COVID, and they said had they been vaccinated, they'd still be alive. And those stories go on and on and on, and our community seem to think that, you know, that it's not going to be me syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, it only happens to them. You know, so you just can hope that people come to a logical conclusion that, you know, this was best. You know what I mean? You know, for a while, my house wasn't 100% vaccinated because there was questions that had to be answered.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I get it.
But now they are. You know what I mean? And my position as a parent is I don't want to be that parent of that 17-year-old, because how do you live with yourself as a parent if you could have prevented the death of your child, and your job as a parent is to protect?
Amen.
That's your job, is to protect,
Preach.
provide and protect. I couldn't live with myself if something happened to my child and I could have done something to prevent it, no matter what they wanted. You're my child, you're in my house, this is the way it's going to be done.
Right.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And I just think, you know, these are the things that people have to think about. You know, that's my thought.
So we got Dwayne. All right, y'all. Dwayne is one of our engineers here. Very good friend. Cool cat. You know, even has my same last name. So, you know, of course, respect the dude. Last name, no, that works. But
Probably known him almost half his life at this point.
that's right. Now that we think of it, now look, I was getting ready to go. You know,
At this point.
I'm kind of like an uncle to the guy. So when the vaccine first came out, what were your reasons basically for not wanting? Because I didn't want to do it at the beginning either. So give me your reasons at the beginning why you didn't want to do it.
So let me say this. I'm not against getting it. If, like you said, if it becomes mandated, I'll get it. I'm more along the lines of, you know, like a flu shot. I don't subscribe. I don't get a flu shot every year. You know what I'm saying? I've never got one. You know what I'm saying? So that's just where I'm at within the vaccine. Like I'm not into the shot thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't. That's what I say. I don't judge anybody who does it. I just do my best to mask up. You know what I'm saying? Every store I go into, I literally put my mask on. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a lot of stores. Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. With on that though, that is to me more, like I said, my immune system. The things I do daily. You know, I wake up, I take elderberry, take vitamin C, D3. I take a Metamucil, sea moss. I take a lot of different things in order to, you know, try to make my immune system healthy. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not, but I'm definitely not against it. I'm not, you know, a computer chip. I'm not none of them. I'm not that. Right. That's not me. Yeah. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm, you know, and like let me say this. And Lo is, he's like, I'll give you this example. My mom's that way. My mom's always like, you don't think you should get it now? You know, her and my sister got it. You know what I'm saying? And now every time I see her, it's like, you don't think you should get it now? So I'm not too far off. You know, I don't not listen to my mother. She's pretty wise. You know what I'm saying? So that's my stance on it. But I'm not against getting the shot. You know what I'm saying?
Mother knows best.
Give him the mic. Give him the mic. All right, y'all. This is our other engineer, Mr. Will Brown.
You have a daughter.
Amen. That's what I was going to hit him with. Go ahead.
And you may be fine, but you can't carry it. Your immune system may be tight. that doesn't mean you're not gonna get it. That just means you're gonna win. You know, you're gonna survive it, but you can pass it on. Now, how would you feel if your daughter got it?
Answer that one, goodbye.
I'll say this: I think my daughter's already had it. You know, when it first came out, she had got really sick, and
You got them tested for antibiotics.
no.
Problem.
And the reason why is because, let me say this, because when she had it, she had got sick in February. You know what I'm saying? Like when the beginning of February when it first started, and got better. You know what I'm saying? So it was no need to get tested. So that's why we didn't get tested. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying we did it. It was no need to get tested because she ain't been sick. You know, I'm just being honest. You know, what I'm saying?
School too, right?
She's in school now, but last year she did all virtual. That's you know what I'm saying.
School with
Other kids. You know what I'm saying?
Now, and I know we got you on the hot seat right now.
Nah, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not hot.
But let me. So, has she been vaccinated?
No,
She's not old
my daughter's not old enough. She's not, and my daughter's mother hasn't got
That's right,
vaccinated either. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody in your house is vaccinated.
Nah. But that's what I said. I don't even think my daughter's mother is against it though. She's not.
Well, then
she
get
just
up
ain't
and do
got
it.
it. She ain't against it. I don't think she's against it.
If you're not against it, and you pretty much know now because we've been vaccinated, ain't nothing grew out of our back.
Yeah.
Our elbows still work. You know,
No magnet attached to our
right? You know, so now that you, and these may not have been your reasons, but I know there was a lot of stuff like that, and I dug it because I was the same way. I was a no flu shot. I'm a no flu shot type cat too.
Yeah.
But what got me over the top was, as you said, my mother, all of them. When my mother caught COVID, and I had a couple of other people catch COVID in the family, I wasn't going to be able to go around them, honestly, without
That's why I got
being vaccinated. And seriously, that's why my wife, I really feel, was following my lead, because as soon as I said, you know what, I think my mom is basically saying that we can't come to her house unless we get vaccinated. And my wife was like, all right, I'm going to set it up right now. So that tells me that she was kind of following my lead. But, you know, like right now, being that you see that those type of things, nobody is killing over from the vaccine. Yeah, I think the Johnson & Johnson at the beginning, some people was getting sick right after they got it, that type of deal. And I know, like I said, me, after the second shot, I had a chill at about 12 hours right after the shot that I've never had in my life. But the thing is, you know, you come out of it and you keep moving. So now that that's happened and you say that y'all are not against it, why would you not get it now?
I would not get it. I'm just saying. So, but what you're asking me is, are you saying? Because let me say, I'll just be honest with you. If my daughter's mother go get it, I'll go get it. I'm not against it. I just.
So you're saying, if you had a open-ended question, I will take the vaccine shot if. You're saying your if is if your daughter's mother gets sick.
Yeah, or like I said, my mom keep bugging me enough. I'm gonna go get it because I get tired of, you know. Eventually, I just get tired of
she's
like.
bugging you because she
I
cares
love my
about
mom, so it's like
Exactly.
I'm
Well,
tired
look,
of
And guess what? She loves you.
Exactly. I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not.
Watch this.
I
Watch
agree
this.
with
You and your mama friends on Facebook. We about to fire her, start tagging her.
No, she does. I'm talking about every time I see her. She asks me about it, and I'm just like, yeah, I ain't do it. And she be like, don't you think it's time? That's her little thing. So it's like,
you got to look at it as like my parents are older, so I didn't want the guilt. I'm be honest with you. That's why I did. I did not want the guilt of coming to their house on Sunday to eat dinner and get my mom and dad sick. I was like, oh hell no, that can't be on me. And that's why I did it. You know, and it's a point that this is what I want to get out to the listeners, that there's things worse than death. Imagine you're in your 20s, 30s, or your young daughter or your young son, and the child is 10 or 12, and you could have prevented something. The child gets it. He doesn't die, but the child can't run track anymore because it's got half his lung capacity. Can't do the things that are normal only because you wouldn't get a shot. I mean, to me, it's like, I'm not saying asinine, but it's getting there.
Yes, of course.
So I agree with you 100%. There are certain things you die for, right? You die for your family. You die for your kids.
Your country.
Kids. But this is one of those situations where if you don't do everything you can to protect, we say we're going to try to protect our families, right? You're negligent. I'm sorry, you're negligent because there's 19 people that have died from taking a vaccination. 19, right? Out of millions of people that have survived it. So where you gonna put your money at?
Exactly.
That's like an undefeated team playing against
The Falcons.
right.
Dog.
And you're gonna put your money, you're gonna go and say, I'm gonna put my money on the losing team.
Did he say the Falcons?
But anyway,
Number one fan said 94,000 babies and children in the IC units as she writes this with COVID. Yet some folks still call it a hoax. 74, yeah, we know 74 million people voted for that dumb. Orlena, their crazy parents don't care about health and safety. They don't understand that we don't get more folks vaccinated, the more this virus will grow, it won't die. It will just multiply.
And get stronger and stronger.
Yeah,
And then when you
sad
catch,
we
it's
can't
going to be
get
that
rid of this pandemic
motherfucker.
because of ignorance.
the vaccine, because it's gonna work.
Now, you said something, MJ, that was powerful. The guilt thing.
Yes.
When my mother caught COVID, I had not been vaccinated. I think I had been. I know I was somewhere out smoking some cigars or whatever. I may have already taken a trip to Vegas, and I think, me and her kind of got into it. She was like, "You out there dancing and doing?" And I'm like, "Yo, this is what I said. I was tired of people coming at me. I said, people dance in church, ain't no big deal, I'm having a good time." But went to North Carolina on a Thursday. I got there Thursday evening. Friday morning, my cousin, he's more like an uncle to me, he had reached out to my mom and told her to tell me, tell him I'll be down there later today. I always holler at him whenever I go home. Said he had a little cold, he was going to get some medicine. I didn't think COVID at all. He ended up with COVID. So we left Saturday, coming back to Atlanta. Monday, my mother goes and gets tested, and she has COVID. So I'm sitting there thinking, what if I was the one that gave her COVID?
Mm-hmm. That's
And that's what I'm talking about, that guilt thing. Yeah. What? I got 2 tests within a matter of 3 days. Both of mine came back negative. So I knew it wasn't me, but that guilt thing for that small amount of time was eating at me in the inside so hard, man. It ate at me so. And people, MJ, you said something earlier. It's hard to tell where you got it from. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
It's really hard to say. It ain't like the clap where you can say she gave me the clap or she can say he gave it to me. It's not like that. This stuff is, just traveling through the air if you get close enough to somebody. So, but for me to go there on a Thursday and leave on Saturday and then Monday she had COVID, bruh. And I wasn't really out, but still I was out, smoking cigars, and I didn't have other people that were smoking cigars didn't have their mask on. We was dapping and doing elbows and all that type stuff, but it's still the guilt, right? The guilt was killing me, man, for those 3 days. I mean, it ate at me big time. So The next time I said that I was going home, she just sent a text to me and my wife, just like, "Hey, Thompsons, have y'all thought about getting the vaccine?" I was like, "Yo, this text was kind of off. She don't usually do this." I said, "I think she's telling us that we can't come to the house unless we get the shot." So, we went ahead and got it done. And I was just at a party 2 weeks ago, not this past weekend prior. Good friend of mine's house. We kicking it, having a good time. 50th birthday party. About 30 people in and out. Wasn't 30 people there at one time type of deal. But he ended up getting sick, and when he went and got tested, he actually had COVID. So luckily I was on set all week last week. So I had 7 COVID tests. They give us one day before. Sometimes they give you one the morning of, and sometimes in the middle of the day. They'll just call, hey, come here. We're going to give you another rapid test real quick. So they give you tests all the time. We're wearing our mask, but again, if we're not filming, we got the mask on. And they still give you the test anyway. And I haven't, from what I know, nobody else at the party actually caught COVID. And he was the birthday guy. So he spoke to everybody. But from what I'm hearing also is that everybody else had been vaccinated. So, I don't know if that, you can't say just because you go around somebody, you're going to catch COVID. You can't say that that's a for sure.
Right.
But those odds right there, think about that. You know what I'm saying? So
why take a chance, like my man
exactly.
said?
Why take the chance? And again, if you don't get it, no judgment. I promise you, because I'm not going to walk up to you and ask you if you've been tested. I'm not doing that. But I mean, it's just something that you really got to think about, man.
I tell you what, everybody that has survived COVID, I can't think of one, maybe one person.
I can think of one
that said
he plays quarterback. He plays quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens.
Right.
That's the only one
that said he still wouldn't take the thing.
He'd have had it twice.
Everybody
He's had it twice,
and everybody I know, other than that, has said, "I don't want to ever."
Hey, they say, "Well, never won't hesitate."
Right.
Won't hesitate.
Exactly.
Don't ever want to go through that again. Yeah, it's number one fan said, "This is the first time I agree with the cop."
Well, thank you.
Everyone working with the public, especially in the closed clubs, get vaccinated, or at least show proof that they're tested. Now I am gonna make them show proof of being tested for sure.
Well, if you're not going to do it routinely, because see, I think you have a perfect opportunity to put a window, every staff vaccinated on your window, because see, you have captured audience. You know what I'm saying? Because the bartenders, they're making $1,200 whatever a night. They're not going to lose that job. They're going to get that shot whether they want to or not. And that, I just think
that's not true.
Well,
you got some folk be like, well.
And they were sledding. They were another bartender.
You got folks who are losing
Saturday night.
You got folks who are losing real jobs. I mean, my wife just told me the other day, at where she's at, dude is refusing to get tested, and they've given the whole complex a certain time frame to get it. And there's a few of them who already said, "Well, my last day such and such."
Well, it's funny.
They flat out refuse.
There's some coaches.
It's all
in the
shits
NFL.
and giggles, so you don't have a job.
Coaches in the NFL that refuse to do it.
We got an email this Monday that said, and this is Cox Communication, if you have not been vaccinated, you cannot come into the office. That's just going to be the norm. Now, the other day, I know a gentleman that was on the other podcast that refused to get vaccinated, and he's a comedian, and he's not even going to be, he's no longer going on the road with, because of this. And he said emphatically, I will not let anybody dictate me getting something injected into my arm. Nice knowing you. So.
Well, like I said, people say all that shit they want, but when that paycheck stops and you can't pay that mortgage and that car note, it's all shits and giggles until then.
Yeah, that's real.
We as black folks, man, we will use whatever reason we can to say it is something against us. Yeah, we'll say, of course, everybody want to say, Tuskegee spirit, that's. But that's what they're using it.
But the trip part there, the folk who's saying it have no idea of, They just hearing this stuff now.
They get on the internet.
The folks who really know about it already took the vaccine. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Hey, look, there was a guy on set this weekend. Now, of course, you don't go around asking people if they've been vaccinated. But we were coming back. We was on the bus coming back, and this dude, he was playing a security guard in the thing that we was doing. So he was around everybody. Again, everybody's been tested. You had on a mask when you wasn't filming. But we're on the bus, and he was emphatic about he's not doing it. And we were talking about how now, especially in Georgia, these productions are not trying to lose money or lose time. Mm-hmm. So it's going to the point to where you're going to have to be able to show your vaccination card. Mm-hmm. It's getting there. And because they're spending a lot of money on these they're giving us money every time we go get tested. They're giving us money every time. So what's about to happen is they're going to start asking for these cards.
Exactly.
And he said it. He said, man, I got a homeboy that work at the hospital down in such and such. He already told me he can get me some cards. Us.
Well, it's all shits and giggles until something's traced back to you. I said, and it's like, to me, it's just the greater good. I mean, I've always, military, Marine Corps, cop. It's to serve and protect, and you have to do your part to protect everybody around you. And I just think it's careless, and this is not an attack on you, it's just an attack on anybody who hasn't had the shot, to just take a deep thought. It's all shits and giggles until somebody you love loses their life. Now, if I get the shot and I contract it and I go home to my mom's house and I wear my mask everywhere, I try to do the right thing, and if she catches it that way, her or my father, I'm still going to feel bad, but I knew I did everything I could do.
Yeah.
I can't, and Lord forbid one of my kids, I couldn't deal with that. Or just a loved one.
So let me ask y'all this, Angelo, I know that you've probably been thinking about this. Do you think stuff is going to shut down again?
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't believe it is. I believe it's going to take, literally an act of Congress. I don't think the government, they're going to do everything in their power to never let that junk happen again. You know what I mean? I seriously doubt it. I think there's going, worst case scenario, there may be some more, they might
mass mandates.
Make some more mandates. But shutting down again, I seriously doubt it.
Yeah, I saw in Vegas, they just put up a mask mandate to where now everyone out pretty much has to wear a mask.
When I was in Vegas, you had to wear one, yeah.
Yeah. And when I was out there, it had slacked off. But I'm hearing now.
Yeah. For Vegas, for a minute, it was wide open again. Yeah. Everybody came back from there, but then all of a sudden, this new thing came around. Made a comment and he said, "What's up, fellas?"
My guy, what's happening, bro? We coming up there, man.
He said the virus is real. If it was U.S. only, I'd be suspicious. This virus hit every inch of the planet. Tuna fishermen who were away at sea when it hit had no contact, got the virus. Last, please ask this question. Does it make sense that white people would take out 200 million white people in America? Consider Canada, France, England, Russia, all white, all are affected. If only people were of color, I would take a shot. I would never take a shot. Look at the worldwide impact. And that's just facts.
Right.
Yeah. But that's one of the reasons I first considered the shot. You know, when you ask him, you know, what got to that point of consideration, I was watching the news and watching the local news and the worldwide news when they were first giving the shots out, and I was looking at those lines, and who was in line? Man with number white folks. Mm-hmm. Hey, you get white, black, white, black. Whoa, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I was like, hold up, these folks gonna kill each other. Hey, they don't kill each other, bro. You expendable, but they gonna protect theirs. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was telling you a couple weeks ago about that theory. I was like, hey, if you want to talk about this population control, again, hey, but we're doing it to ourselves. Because they know how we think, man.
Plus, you got to look at all the inherent medical risks that African American community has. BBWs, you know, hey, big girls, hey, you don't take it, that's just stupid. Then you got diabetes, all these things that enhances your high blood pressure, the things that will put you under. And then to not get it, and then you got to look at it. And I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna put it out there since you tiptoed on it. I'm gonna come straight out there. When you look at white people, I go to the Cab Farmers Market. That's why every weekend to get my vegetables for the week, my food for the week, I like fresh shit. And every single white person that goes there wears a mask. And I just say this, those are the educated. Now, when you get out of Metro Atlanta, and you start looking around after Conyers, and they don't. And a lot of it has that working class mentality. But what alarms me about us is like you, college educated, are choosing not to. Where with them, it's their expendables. And with us, it's not just, I mean, of course you got the uncleans are saying, oh, they're tracking us. They're gonna put they're tracking me. They're tracking me, smoke weed all day and play PlayStation. Yeah, okay.
Hey, not just play PlayStation. Play PlayStation online.
Yeah.
But they talking about tracking.
Yeah.
You online. With your telephone right beside you. But you worry about somebody tracking you. You know what I mean? But that's
somebody put something in you. But yeah.
Hey, but DC, man, I gotta read this coming from DC, Dwayne. He said, my baby girl at 13 caught it and made me cry seeing how she felt I could do nothing. She caught it from her mom, and I was livid because she thought it was a joke, and I made sure after that she got that shot. He said that for you. That's our man DC. What up, DC?
That's another one of Dwayne's. Look like one of his step uncles.
MJ, daggone number one fan said I agree with the cop twice now, boy. You got two.
I'm keeping track of it. 2 likes. Oh my God.
She said 175 nurses and doctors quit their jobs in Kentucky because they refused to get vaccinated.
And I guarantee you that's some redneck shit.
Wow. DC said they got a doctor who gave out fake cards in California. She now facing major time and lost her bar license.
A medical license. Wow, that's. Hey, I'm telling you, man, it's
all
like
shits and giggles until this thing morphs to the next
up in those mountains, man. It is, bruh. Up in those mountains, I really thought I was in a Walmart, and I really thought that these people were staring at me because I was a black guy.
No,
but as I walked around, I said, they staring at me because I have a mask on. They were staring at me because I had a mask on. Because nobody, this was a Walmart, man. There's never a time when Walmart is not packed.
Nowhere.
Bro, when I tell you, I may have seen 6 masks in Walmart. And I only did one side because when I saw that, I said, "Let me get what I need to get and get up out of here." That's when it was, we was really in it then. I was like, "Man, let me get what I need and get up out of here," because it was they just, of course, they still had vote for Trump signs up too. But
exactly. Let me tell you my story. When the vaccine came out, when it first hit, I tried to find it. I couldn't get an appointment. Because I wasn't about to wait a month, 2 weeks. I'm already in the age. I'm in the zone, right? So I went to Blue Ridge Mountain, 2.5 hours away.
I went to Macon, same thing.
First in line.
Bruh, they had plenty. They told me you could set your own time.
Really?
Bruh, I drove up there.
back, yeah.
I drove up there, got in line. It was some white folks in line now. But like he said, it was a small group of them. Okay?
Yeah,
and then it was me.
My sister actually went. My sister actually
That's
went to
interesting.
Alabama to get hers.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, all you have to do
They
is
said, look, hold up.
Co-worker.
When I went into got my shot, they said they got plenty. They had an abundance.
a lot
So
of them have
tell
to
your
get back to
friends.
vaccine.
Yeah. It's okay.
Wow.
Anyway.
Well,
When white people run towards something, you better pay attention. You better pay attention, man.
yeah, they ain't giving it to. Yeah, like I said, I went to Macon, and this is no lie. When I went to Macon, there was 2 cars. You know the area you pull, and you have to wait for 15 minutes, which I bypassed when I saw there wasn't a cop there. Then you pull up, they check you, and literally, I didn't get. It took 2 seconds, and when I came back, it took 2 seconds. Literally, they were like happy to see me. They all ran to the car, mobbed me. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? You know, they said there's nobody's coming, and that's in Macon. But see, the thing that I just don't understand, it's like white people is like backing Trump, or I'm a Republican, I'm not going to get it, or they can't make me do this. Okay, fine. But I can't understand African Americans that are so anti anything establishment, and you're putting yourself in a predicament due to the inherent diseases that affect only us. And now it's like you're just throwing logic out the window. I don't mind when it's unclean. I just am baffled by the number of educated black people that are saying, oh, no, come on, people. Yeah, they're not, like, come on now, all right.
Yeah. Without, and you want a rational reason. You know what I mean? And I have conversations. I had a conversation with my sister. I had a conversation with my oldest son. You know what I mean? Who have questions, talk to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my son pointed out, he's like, well, just, he felt like it was too quick. They came with the vaccination too quick. How did they come up with this too quick? And why is it free? You know what I mean? Legitimate questions. You know what I mean?
Very.
Legitimate questions.
Well, look, everybody keeps saying that it came out too quick. The government, it was approved, but it was approved under an emergency process.
Right.
And whenever anybody is in some kind of distress mode, you always have you got the regular way, and then you got the quick way,
The emergency
for emergency way.
Yeah.
In every business, everything we do, there's always 2 ways to do it. Hell, when you get your mail, they got the standard and the express. I mean, they have to have that in place in case of emergencies.
Well, and
People died at a rapid rate.
yeah, and they were worried
Disaster.
about it. Yeah,
That's
they were
called
worried
an
about it going to
Right.
Black Plague type shit.
Right.
But I'll say this, and this is the kind of just died down the dumbasses. What they did, every country in the world got together and they sent their Michael Jordan, their Magic Johnson, their Larry Bird, their LeBron. What any doctor that's even in that sentence was at the top of their field. CDC's got the best of the best of the best. Their starting lineup went. France sent their starting lineup. China sent their starting lineup. Japan sent their starting lineup. The best minds in the world worked on that vaccine. And it just shows you with AIDS and everything else, it wasn't killing people that they wanted, that really factored into it. So they could have did that for AIDS. What should come out of this, Black Lives Matter and all the left-wing groups that want to protest,
Oh yeah.
what we should do is protest, well, how the hell you did it for this, but you won't do it for this? And maybe if they keep that think tank together and it goes after everything that's harming people, particularly African Americans, diabetes, cures for that, and how quick it'll be cured. Because think about it, you have great minds from separate parts of the world came up with different vaccines that carried out the same thing. Imagine if those same people are tasked with coming up with something for AIDS or whatever affects us. Yeah, all the above. I mean, I think there could really be change. But what happens is companies get their niche. If your niche is Cialis, guess what? You're working on people's dick getting hard. And if your niche is whatever, you work on that. But if you had a think tank that comes together to truly help mankind, I think it would come out a lot better.
Yeah, my man BJ, what's up, bro? He said, made the statement. He said, just like you have emergency pay on the job, they have an emergency process for every situation out there, which is basically what you guys were saying in regards to it being an emergency.
Yeah, it was an all-star team making that shit.
Can y'all pass that ice around this way so I can fix me another drink, please? Because we're about to start talking. Hey, can he pull up that Black Lives Matter thing?
Oh, that one I sent?
It was,
Yeah.
Can we send it to him and he just play the audio of it?
I don't know. Let me find it and see it. How'd you send that to me? Is that
Okay.
that was oh yeah, here it go right here.
And while we're waiting, what about you weed smokers? And when you just about put it down to the back of your throat and scratch your tonsils with it and pull it out, and then you pass it on, I guess that's how it's going to pass in the black community.
You said it.
I had to say something to get a moment. I watched that shit. I like, good girl. Don't pass that shit to me.
Break it off.
Now I done seen y'all do it to me. That shit's passing
Yeah,
Doji
Dwayne.
to the left hand side. I ain't never seen nobody break shit off. Well, you waste the weed, you do, but that's what you do. I just found that humorous. You had your mask on, but you was like,
All right, I have to read this real quick. Folks don't realize the patent for this was granted in 2016. The black Dr. Corbett had already begun studying this for years. They were ready, just had to get it approved.
well, what people are talking about, the vaccines that they were working on before were vaccines that were animal related. People forget this disease has always existed, but it only existed in animals. It morphed over and jumped over to humans. And this is not something I farm.
Oh,
And
wow.
there's a lot of yeah, I got goats, sheep, chickens. Yeah. Yeah, COVID shots all the time. So it's just a disease that morphed. There's diseases that chickens have, that goats get, that you can get. So I always wash my hands. And I say that to say all those animals compacted in one area, it jumped on and it morphed, because what ends up happening, people give the additional dose of penicillin to an animal and they won't do the follow-ups. It's like giving your dog half the follow-up, and then the infection comes back, it's twice as strong, and it has to get a drip, IV drip, which is about $600. How I know? I had to get one for my dog. So it's, people, it's not some science. Everybody wants to have this great conspiracy. They're out to get the black man. No, this is a humankind issue.
It's proven they're not out to get the black man. I don't know what more black folks need to see. I don't know what it is. I don't know how they still making that crazy statement.
Well, because remember when
they
it first came out, we can't catch
we
it.
can't catch it. The
We can't
melanonin. They're like, what?
We had people sitting right with microphones on our show saying that we couldn't catch it because of the melanin in our skin. That was.
I remember that guy saying, "So I looked at him. I gave that you unclean you."
That was interesting. Yeah, that was really. Man,
Bananas, man.
yeah, love my people, but we are some fabulous people.
We are
I
fabulous.
love me some me. I got mine eyes
Fabulous.
first up.
I just want us to just, whatever the reason is, and you're right. You know what I mean? You got me thinking about, how I'm going to do the club when I was back up. I mean, that's something I got to really look at. You know what I mean? That's something I'm going to really look at pretty hard in terms of, I might have to be out here serving plates.
I don't think it's gonna go that far, because you're gonna be. I mean, you're gonna get people to want to work.
I got you. I'm gonna come on down. I'm gonna help you out, bro. I'm gonna help you out. I got you. We ain't gonna let that happen.
I don't know, boy. You ain't lying.
He made me.
I just don't know a lot of, I guess, 30 and under, 25 and under folks. You know what I mean? Outside of, just don't know a lot of them that are getting vaccinated. A lot of them are the ones who are barking. You know what I mean? That 25 to 30 range, particularly, are on this conspiracy theory. You know what I mean? And a lot of them don't have enough history behind them to have all these theories that they have.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
They read it in 2 seconds on a blip, but somebody posted in Instagram, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's all it takes.
Yeah, that's all it is.
That's all it
is. But then again, I want to call bullshit too. I know how many woke brothers, they woke their ass up and went to the line and got their shot and come back and said, nah, I ain't never going to get no shot. That's what they said.
Some of them
You know, it's a lot of them.
Yeah,
out
you know, there's a lot of them, but
yeah, it's a lot
first
of them
one
out
in
there.
line.
Hey, but while we waiting for this clip to load up, something that we're going to talk about next week. We was going to do it tonight, but we want the person that actually championed this thing to be on the show. Basically, he was asking, why is it that brothers, black men, give more loyalty and respect to other black men and not give the loyalty and respect to black women?
That's an unclean thing. I think that's an unclean thing.
Next week.
Next week, yeah. I'm going to go in on that one. They're going to hate my ass.
Next week. And we're gonna,
that's an unclean,
we're gonna have us a
infected
female.
thing.
We're going to have us a female or two.
I love me some black women.
Up here that has some opinions about it.
Like that 4-figure nigga last week.
Interesting enough, and because once you start something, it's hard to get
I know.
up. But interesting enough, when I read some of the comments, you're gonna be surprised of some of the people who commented weren't the unclean family. You know what I mean? Now some of them may didn't read the entire thing that was said or whatever, but you know, some of them just jumped without looking.
Yeah. They
Sisters make the world go
didn't
round,
read it
man.
well. I don't know if they didn't read it well or what, but it's like I said, we don't want to get into it because on this show,
we want to be a part of the show.
Yeah, we want him to be here so
I'm gonna go in on that one.
he can champion it, because again, when people put out words, sometimes you don't know the content behind the words, the inflections in the words, what they meant, what they didn't mean. So we're gonna have him on the show next week. Nope, not
He can
gonna tell you
explain
who it is.
himself.
We'll tell you later in the week, but it's gonna be a pretty interesting show. Another topic that we may touch on, I don't know.
You don't know how to introduce it, do you?
I know.
That's funny.
What did the thing say? What happens? What happens when your girl wants a girlfriend? We're gonna talk about that. And I know a lot of people gonna say, "Oh, hell yeah,
Not
I
just
want
for
it."
her.
I've actually done that one.
But no, we gonna
Who
get
did that
into
last
it.
week? Oh,
She wants to bring the girlfriend into the house.
Yeah.
oh hell no. It's nice and big. Well,
See, that's what I'm saying.
I'll roll off on that one. There.
Funny thing is, I just looked at a show last night.
Not my current lady.
kind of on this type of
Say that up,
situation, but we're gonna touch on that in the next couple of weeks. We may touch on that next week, but I have a feeling that other topic is gonna kind of consume the whole show. I have a feeling that we're gonna get a lot of women calling in on that
I
one.
was waiting for your boy to come in with that book. I want to hear what he got to say.
Oh, bruh, was it Jay?
What did he say, Dwayne? By the way,
What did Jay say? He stuck in traffic? What happened? Yeah, give him a call, man. People, a lot of people was.
Yeah, a lot of people were waiting to hear about his book.
Oh yeah, you see that word cheating, boy. I had more women sharing my thing than I've ever had. They were sharing that thing. Yeah. Let's give him a call. Oh, my man BJ said about the melanin thing. That's the most ignorant crap I have ever heard. Shaking my head.
but it was true.
Oh, man, that's just
People said it. People believe it.
They really believed it too. That's a true
and
story.
getting the
Man.
immunity in our skin.
Yeah. Yep.
It's nothing to do with your immune system.
You gonna call him, Dwayne?
Yeah.
He on?
Hello?
Okay.
Having never heard how you know. Hello, can you hear me? Yeah,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. What's going on? Turn that whatever you got in the background down.
Okay, no problem.
Is that the book?
Yeah.
So this is Jay Wellsby.
Wellsby. Yep.
How you doing, sir?
How you doing, brother? Who is it? Let me ask who I'm speaking to.
I'm sorry, my bad, man. I'm JT.
How you doing, JT?
The person that you
What's up, Lo?
reached out to is Low, and then we got my man MJ, aka Ask a Cop.
Okay. That was a name.
But just wanted to introduce you, man. Hey, y'all, this is Jay Wellsby. Some circumstances kept him from actually being here live tonight, but he is the author of the book that's called Changed. You'll never look at cheating the same way again. So, Jay, go ahead and introduce yourself, and then let us know what this book is about.
Okay, my name is Jay Wellsby. I'm from Miami, Florida. I was actually born in West Palm Beach, and I was raised in Gould, Florida. And I learned everything I needed to know in Overtown. I moved to Atlanta 8 years ago, and since then I have published 3 books. My first book is called Change. You Will Never Look at Cheating the Same Way Again. My second book is called Change 2, The Consequences of Cheating. And my third book, which I just published last week, is called Change 3, The Redemption of Jacob Richardson.
Say that last one again.
Redemption or something.
It's called Change 3, The Redemption of Jacob Richardson.
Who's that?
Hey, boy, now I got 3 books to read.
That's the key person in the book, correct?
Yes, his name is Jacob Richardson. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I actually I didn't get through it. I actually had to study for some lines, so I couldn't. But I actually started the book, man, the first one. I plan on finishing it this week. Hopefully we can get you actually in here, because, dude, when I tell you I had more women share my posts than ever because they saw the word cheating.
Yeah, we had a big audience for you tonight, man.
Appreciate it.
They were waiting on you.
I was waiting on you. I want to hear this.
So now let me ask you this. Is the book a true story, or is it a story that you've taken like from different parts of live things that you've seen around?
Well, actually, the book started in Miami, whereas I used to work in a barbershop down there, and a friend of mine, he's a model, and he used to come to the barbershop and switch up different women. And I remember I was just sitting there looking at it like, wow, why y'all choosing him? And I thought about it. I was like, well, most women like him tall, dark, and handsome. So I was like, a lot of women can be shallow like that. So I was like, you know what, let me write a story about a guy that has the looks, the money, this and that, and kind of bring home the perspective of why some women choose certain men, even though they're not good for them.
Oh, boy. Yeah, we got to have you here.
Interesting.
Okay, because I'm glad you clarified, bro, because I was worried the whole time you was going to give a tell-all book. Not that I cheat, but I thought you was going to be one of them
No, man, I'm not. Hey, you know what, though? Hey, man, everybody be talking to me about Steve Harvey book. They're like,
I thought
you like Steve
I
Harvey.
put his name out there.
I was like, nah, bro.
Okay, all right.
No. That ain't what I'm doing. No, I don't do no sucker stuff like that. That's sucker stuff.
But see, the thing that you said right there, the way you said it, you didn't say when you saw him coming in with different women, you didn't say nothing like, wow, man, I don't know where this dude getting all these women. You said, why in the world are these women choosing this guy? And that right there is enough. I promise you. That right there is enough to get some stuff going.
TMF.
Because as much as we uplift our women, even though
Most definitely.
my man said anything that we don't respect or give loyalty to the women, we do.
No, we do.
We uplift them. But just as he said, there's a lot of women out there that choose certain individuals, and sometimes you see them choosing the same individual over and over.
I wonder.
And you wonder.
No, they wonder why it's not.
Yeah, they wonder why. And we, like he was doing at the barbershop, we sit on the outside looking at it like, damn, why in the world is she with this dude? Because this dude, I know what this guy, blah, blah. But, you know, maybe that's what my man was talking about. We don't go up to the lady and say, why are you with this dude? You know, that type of deal. So,
Just haterade.
So, yeah, we got to get you here, man. So we're gonna you and Angelo need to get on the horn, and we need to lock a date in because we're gonna need the whole show for you. I already see that. We might have to do his out
Come
on the
30
patio.
minutes early.
Do yours on the patio. Have a couple of women come out.
I want to make sure you ain't gonna say nothing there.
You might be in the hot seat for a little bit, so I hope you're ready.
Oh man, I'm used to it, man. I am. This book here is like an underground sensation. It done brought me so much attention. Thus far on my own without paying for marketing or anything. I sold like 5,000 books.
That's dope.
So my biggest thing is 1 million. So I'm just trying to get as much exposure as possible.
This show would have been a good shot.
And I was actually hoping you was gonna be here so I can get me a copy. I did buy it on
bring some
Amazon.
copies, bro.
I did get it on
Autograph.
Amazon. I did do that. But I wanted to get it and take me a picture with it while I was smoking a cigar and having a drink and reading it, so you know I can put that thing out there for you. So we got to get that date locked in, man, so we can get you in.
Yeah, show up.
Let's go ahead and get it right again. That's definitely my fault. I need to put it on the camp. There's just so many things that happen today. So that's my fault. That's my fault.
But you know what you did do for us tonight? You actually got us here on time.
Yeah, we were on time waiting.
We was actually on time because we had a special
offer's
guest.
coming. He's trying to write a book. We got to be here.
Yeah, we had to make sure we was here on time. We didn't want you sitting around waiting.
I promise you, I'll never fail y'all again.
All right, that's
just give me a date. Matter of fact, I'm finna write it on something right now. Just give me a date.
Shoot,
Just give me a date and I'll be there.
You want to lock it in right now?
I'm gonna lock it in right now. Let me. I'm gonna get a marker. I'm putting on my poster board. Okay, so I got my marker. Give me a date.
Let's go this. Not next week, the week following.
Yeah. So if I'm following you on that, the central character in your novels is a made up fictional character, but he's representing different people that you've actually dealt with from your career in the barbershop, correct?
No, what happened is I don't write with the outline. So what I do is once I start seeing how the character is developing, I just go with the flow of the character. So I wanted him to be a model. I wanted him to have like the best wife in the world. Like his wife is
right.
Cookie cutter.
So it's a fictional character.
She was the cheerleader.
Yeah.
He was a track star.
Yep. You read the story. You read the intro. I'm pretty sure you laughed.
Tore his Achilles tendon. Oh yeah, I started reading it, man. But I got an email and I had to put my. I plan on finishing though. I promise you, I'm gonna get the other ones.
Oh man, the story is powerful. I go to book clubs. I do it all. So it was I just when I was writing the character, I was just trying to think of what women like.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I wrote him to what I thought would be appealing to women. And thus far, you know what I'm saying, women have a love-hate relationship with him.
Well, yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah, I went to your page. I saw most of the people posted up with the book in their hand. There were some good looking women, so I get it.
Oh yeah, man. I came up with a marketing strategy. So,
So basically, let's go with not this coming up Tuesday. What about the Tuesday following?
What's the date of it? That's probably the day before my birthday.
Okay.
That's probably the 17th.
If it's the day before your birthday, I don't want to mess with your birthday on me. You know, you have to get that in.
That'll be the 24th.
24th.
The 24th.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
The 24th will be fine. August. I'm putting it on my calendar right now.
There it is.
August 24th interview.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it any way that probably around like the 22nd I can get a reminder? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I'd be busy as fuck. Like I'm a barber, author, personal fitness, a lot of stuff all at the same time. And I'm planning a book signing.
I got you. We got your phone number and everything. We're gonna text you, get your email address and all that good stuff, and we'll get that in. We got you because I think this will be pretty good. I think this is gonna be dope.
Oh no, it's gonna be really dope, man. And if you can, like after we do the interview, come to my book signing, maybe announce it and stuff, because I'll be throwing some dope ass book signings too.
Where you do them at?
Normally I try to rent out a house or a condo.
Okay, we'll talk about that for sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 24th, I'm looking forward to it. Once again, I apologize.
No problem.
All right, brother.
Hey man, we appreciate you calling in, and like I
Looking
said,
forward to it.
we'll be in touch to make sure that we get that email address and everything, so we can make sure to send you the reminder and we can get everything done.
All right, so I'll be there. So is it going to be the same time?
Yes.
Yeah, 8:00.
Yeah.
All right, I'll make sure I have that locked in.
There it is. So all of y'all out there waiting on this man to show up so y'all can see what it looked like and how he talking about cheating and all that. I know that's what y'all are thinking.
I was worried.
The 24th, you will get to see what he looks like. He already said he's a personal fitness trainer, so yeah, he must be in shape. So we'll see. I'm had me working out that week before. We already got
Pulling my stuff.
Oscar Cop already working out. Either I'm gonna work out.
Hey, y'all funny, man.
Either I'm gonna work out or I'm gonna wear a bigger shirt with tight sleeves.
One or the other.
Hey man, again, appreciate you calling in, bro, and we'll be in touch to get everything locked in. Well, we got it locked in. Just be in touch to get your email address and everything, so we make sure to get the reminder.
Okay, appreciate that, man. I can't wait to see y'all and sit down and have a conversation
Hey,
about
in the meantime, go ahead and let everybody know where they can actually get the book now, at least the first book.
Also, put it out on your Instagram. So put it on your Instagram so people will tune in. Also.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. You can find my book on Amazon. The easiest way to do it is put in my name, Jay Wellsby, which is Jay, last name Wellsby, Wellsby. Or you could just simply put in change. You will never look at cheating the same way again.
And if you are an Amazon Prime member right now, you can actually get it for free. That much I know.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So y'all get on out there and get it so y'all can be prepared for this show on the 24th.
Hard copy.
No, not the hard copy. The Amazon Kindle.
Okay, I got you.
So again, man, we appreciate you, brother, and go and enjoy your evening, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. Appreciate you all.
No doubt.
Be easy.
All right, be easy.
Okay, so now we have this clip, man. I think it was about 3-4 months ago. I actually asked the question on this show, who is Black Lives Matter? Who's in charge of Black Lives Matter? Who's leading this charge and everything? Is it just a slogan and people just running behind it? Is it actually an organization? That type of thing. How is it funded? And we actually saw a clip on Instagram. Was it Instagram?
Yes.
Saw a clip on Instagram that actually explains some of who and what Black Lives Matter really is. So you got that ready, sir? Go ahead and play it. We need that audio. Yeah.
Well, while we're doing that, man, let me read these facts from Unc real quick. And that's why I said, let me read this real. Yeah, I see it's playing, but without the audio, they ain't gonna help. We ain't gonna be able to lip sync that. The corona animal strain has been in and around humans for centuries. Fact 2, the current corona was discovered in 1965. Fact number 3, no coronavirus ever went worldwide. In fact, all previous spreads were local, never nationwide, never worldwide. Fact 4, again, China's behind it all. They will never admit it. The classified info will come out. You know, Ump be knowing all that stuff, man.
That was from Ump.
Yeah.
My guy.
He said the virus will be around for decades. It has 60 plus variants. You can avoid it now, but it will get your ass sooner or later. And that's what I was saying the other day when we were talking about taking a trip, and I was like, man, if y'all really believe, I tell my family, y'all think this thing about to go away? And this thing ain't going nowhere, man. It's here.
I've been doing light traveling, but
It's here.
Let's see if I can't play this thing over the microphone.
Hey guys, check this out.
There we go.
If you own a home and you don't have one of these Generac power...
You've been talking a lot about the disintegration
There we
of the
go.
black
Y'all
family
listen to this.
and how the lack of family structure in the black community has plagued us in a lot of our problems. Recently, you know, I've been trying to, I don't really have an opinion on this yet. I've been trying to look into Black Lives Matter and discover what the movement's really about. I used to support it, but then recently I've been doing research. I'm learning that their movement is funded by George Soros.
$33 million injected.
Yeah. Yep. He's a white liberal who's not really our friend. And then also I looked on the Black Lives Matter website and I saw that instead of saying history, it says her story. They literally changed the word. They mention gay people. They mention women. They mention non-binary. They say nothing about straight black men and nothing about straight black fathers in the household. So it's like, I'm trying to figure this out because it's like this is the thing I've noticed here, even in Stanford. It's like people, you know, could get mad at me for saying this, but my thought is like, you know, there's not a lot of straight black males here. There's not a lot of straight African American males here. A lot of them, I'm cool with gay people. I'm cool, I'm not homophobic.
We all are cool with gay people.
I'm cool with gay people, but the thing is, I've been researching this, and there's thoughts about population control and like how with gay black men, you have less straight black fathers. You don't have role models. So then we look to rappers and NBA players. So it's like, I'm cool with gay black people. You gotta say it one more time, man. My best friend is a gay black dude, bro. Like, I'm not homophobic, but I'm just saying I've been researching Black Lives Matter and I've been understanding the politics and how they're funded by white liberals. And recently I've been feeling like they're white liberals in blackface because they're white liberals in blackface. When I say that, it's because the white liberals is all about feminism, LGBT. White liberals don't really care about black people.
That's correct.
I realize white liberals don't really care about me, bro.
That's correct.
I'm off the plantation, bro. I'm off the plantation, bro. I escaped the plantation, bro. I'm empowered. They don't want me to have power. They want to keep me dependent. But I'm realizing this. They put white liberal ideas, LGBT, women, non-binary, white feminism, all that Hillary Clinton stuff, put it in blackface. Because if we say it, it's going to be super cool. So then Black Lives Matter, it started by 3 lesbian women. It started by 3 lesbian women. It's not really supporting black families. My question is, what do you think that has to say about the movement that they don't mention anything about black fathers?
I'll tell you what it means. Right?
Nothing about black fathers.
First off, if I can just say, woo, another one off the plantation. They got a problem. And this is how it starts, right? So this is how it starts. So what he said in the beginning was really interesting, is he said, originally I liked Black Lives Matter, me too. Why would I be opposed to that? Black Lives Matter, right? Of course they matter. So you have to understand something about the left. They are incredibly good when it comes to linguistics. They use euphemisms, right? Planned Parenthood. Of course I want parenthood to be planned. Oh, by the way, we're actually killing 800 black babies every single day. Eeks, you know? So this is what they do. They manipulate you by using a term that no person in their right mind would be against, right? Who would be against Planned Parenthood? Who would be against Black Lives Mattering? But the truth is, when you do a deep dive and you start to look at the finances, you're exactly right. Their idea is to keep black people, as you just mentioned, enslaved and dependent via their emotion and their anger, right? So what I would say to you first off is to encourage you to keep going and to keep doing a deep dive, because That's how it started for me, right? It was one thing that didn't make sense. It was this constant narrative being shoved down my throat. But when I deep dived on these organizations and looked at who was funding them, it never really lined up to the things that would make the black community better. You mentioned that that you realize that they don't promote straight black men, right? They never talk about the things that matter, black fathers in their home. That's because they don't want black fathers in the home. Make no mistake. So congratulations to you. Keep digging. And can somebody at Turning Point USA get his stuff so we can hire him? Right?
I don't even know where to start. Like I said, a couple of months ago, I actually asked, who is Black Lives Matter? Because we was talking about leaders. We was talking about we don't have the leaders that, people before us had back in the day. You had Malcolm X, you had, Martin Luther King, you had Dr. King, you had John Lewis. We had these type of leaders. So I was asking, now it seems as if Black Lives Matter is the leading thing going on with everything that was going on with the police violence and all the violence in America. Mm-hmm. So I was asking, who is Black Lives Matter? I didn't do a deep dive, but as you can see, somebody did. Mm-hmm. And, again, like my man said, hey, you gay, whatever it is, you do what you do. But when you're talking about Black Lives Matter, we are talking about strong black men, black fathers, Planned Parenthood, that type of deal. But listening to his deep dive and his definition or what he read, that's not what Black Lives Matter is pushing for. Is that what y'all heard, or did y'all hear something different?
Well, LJ, you've always had an opinion on Black Lives Matter.
But I've said it all along. Like, I go back to 2020, July, when the riots were going down in Atlanta. I was over the react teams and arrest teams for my zone. And we're downtown from when it started at CNN until it ended. And I will say this, Antifa was down there, Caucasian and black, egging things on, giving them chisels, supplying bricks, dropping off loads of bricks, things of that nature. So I think, but I can even go past that. When Black Lives Matter started and they first started protesting, it was all AU Center kids. Spelman, Clark, Morehouse, everybody was present. And I talked about several times on the show, I was a SWAT commander at the time, and we're standing back watching it, totally peaceful, no issues. We told them, get on the curb, stay this way. They listened, had great conversations with them. When the news showed up, they walked through a sea of black soon-to-be graduates and found the one infected on the corner and asked him, and his exact words were, fuck the police, and parts of it, it was just bullshit. And I think that was the start of it. Media picks and chooses how they report Black Lives Matter. Now, I think now it's morphed into something that's bigger than us. I think everybody jumped in on a bandwagon. And like the guy said, and it's politically incorrect to say it, but we have very few things that are just for us as a people. And then we're talking about, let's get us back on track, and then you're miring it down in gay rights, feminism, everything else. I'm just looking out for black people on this. And that's what Black Lives Matter started off as. And I think now it's become a catch-all, which has watered it down, but you also hit your caboose. It'd be equivalent of a white politician taking a donation from a KKK or something that was a little bit more fringe, and it would cloud his message. And I think that's what's happened to Black Lives Matter. They've allowed their message to be kidnapped.
Orlando just made it. She said, like I tell everyone, there's a movement and then there's an organization, two different focuses. Support the movement. That's
good point.
That's a great point.
Good point.
Great point. Anything with Candace Owens on, and I agree, Nita. you know, it's hard to listen to her anyway because she speaks the most ignorant rhetoric that I've seen. You don't agree?
Oh yeah, I agree. I'm just doing
okay. I'm about to say.
Let me stop. They hate me enough.
But Unc said 3 black women started Black Lives Matter. Sorrow donated, so did Oprah, Tyler Perry, and him. So, I don't know. I don't have enough information on it. You know what I mean? So I'll have to go with everybody. Y'all keep chiming in. I don't have enough information on it to make a judgment one way or the other. You know what I mean? I've never been 100% sold on it, just because I think it's been. They choose the battles they want to. You know what I mean? There's a lot of battles out there I think they could be fighting that they don't fight.
Education.
That's one major one. You know what I mean? So that's my, I don't think they fight the battles. You know, there's so many things that go on throughout the course of every day. I posted a story yesterday, I think it was yesterday, about this guy in, it was Arkansas, who they know he's not guilty. The entire criminal, they know he's not guilty.
Oh yeah, I just saw a piece on that. It was on the list, yeah.
But yet they won't get him out. They won't release him. But they released the 2 white folks that pulled the guns on them folks during the Black Lives Matter protest. Mm-hmm. And the governor, what's the word?
Pardon
them. You know what I'm saying? Gave him a pardon. But yet the governor knows this guy's innocent. The DA knows the guy's innocent. Mm-hmm.
But the DA is fighting to get him out.
And they won't. But why do you have to fight for somebody to get out when you know you're already, you know what I mean? But again, those are the things why I want to see there's not a Black Lives Matter movement
for
this guy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's too much like right.
That's my problem with Black Lives Matter movement. They pick and choose. They pick and choose.
And they choose a lot of
so
wrong
basically,
matters.
When something does happen somewhere and some people go up and they start painting Black Lives Matter, putting up posters and everything, it's not really the Black Lives Matter movement, or is that the movement but not the organization? Like if a shooting happens someplace, say in this case here that you're talking about, and let's say some people there protesting and they start screaming Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, start putting up posters everywhere. That right there is the movement, but not the organization.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
And I think the organization is feeding off, it's not separatist. Nobody knows that. That was profound what she said. I never looked at it that way because I have a strong dislike for parts of Black Lives Matter. But I think it's needed, and I would have rather those college kids kept it in the college campuses and grew from whoever was running it from the Atlanta perspective, because it was wonderful. Young, intelligent black kids getting the message out that needs to get out.
Right.
But when you allow people to kidnap it and taint it and paint it and everything else, it's like everything else. When we're dealing with Black Lives Matter, when you're dealing with the racism that occurs in America, it's always, when it comes to us, it's always got to be watered down. Look at your president. He turned around, gets to office, he looks out for Asians, and he looked out for Pacific Islanders. But the whole issue is black people. He could have did the same thing on black people, but if you do that, you're going to have to make consequences for violating it. The reality of it is people aren't violating Asians at the rate that we get violated.
Hey, man, that is something that has bothered me. Again, Classic Conversations with JT and Lowe, we do not support violence against the Asian community. But how is it that all the violence that's been done against black people and it's not a hate crime?
when the whole time they're doing it, I'm not talking about the police stuff. I'm talking about some other violence.
Just all of it.
They're yelling nigger, or
all
when
of
they
it.
chained that guy in Houston and dragged him years ago by the truck.
all
How
of
is
it.
that not a hate crime?
Right.
But they don't want to put those penalties there, and then you wouldn't be able to pardon them like they pardoned those two people that pointed the guns at Black Lives Matter. That's what we should be protesting.
If that doesn't tell you that there is, as they say, a conspiracy, or there's a serious imbalance, something. I mean, I'm sure there's been some violence. I know there's been violence against in the Asian community, other than what happened here in Atlanta once the guy went around and shot all those people, killed all those folks.
What were those people? What were they doing?
I mean, no matter what they were doing.
I'm just asking. I was just curious.
Yeah, the massage therapist. Yeah. I mean, no matter what they were doing.
No, but my point is, that's a good example. I said it when it happened, and I'll say it again. It's not a knock on anybody. But if you're telling me if dancers from Magic City, Blue Flame, and wherever else were killed, strokers were killed, that wouldn't have been a lead, dancers get killed. They washed over it unless you knew or looked into it. It wasn't until days into it that people started realizing there was massage therapy. Out of respect for them, they didn't even put it out there like they could have. It's a jack shop, period. But they didn't do it. But if that would have been us, that's what I hate with us. We tap dance when it comes to anything dealing with anybody else. But I guarantee you, if it would have been Magic City dancers, she said, well, yeah, she was dancing in Magic City, and she's probably prostituting on the side.
Way. I see
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Come on, call it what the fuck it is.
They'll find a criminal record.
And again, the thing is, and again, I know there's been other violence in the Asian community, but we know for a fact, and it's been out in the media, there's been I can't even think of the word. A lot doesn't even cover it all. I mean, there's been so much violence against black people. How is that not a hate crime? I can't wrap.
Well, and I'm going to go hard on it again. You got to look at the fact that, okay, you had some Asians punched in the face. You had a couple around the country killed doing this first started, the COVID started and assaults. And you had...
Due to 45 calling it the China virus. And
China virus, due to 45. And then you got to look at another side of it people aren't looking at. This guy wasn't racist. He was a white kid that was paying these different prostitutes to sleep with him. He snapped and killed a bunch of them.
We don't know that he wasn't racist, though.
Well, okay, if he was or wasn't, he killed a bunch of them. That's what occurred. Now, let's go back. If you're going to take in totality, they're looking at everything that happened to Asians in the last couple of years due to whatever. Okay, throw that to the side for a second. You got to go back to Black Wall Street, all the different towns that were burned to the ground. You got to look at, I don't know, if you got to fly somewhere to see it, you got to see the exhibit on lynching in America. I saw it when it was at the King Center years ago. And when you see that, and you can't have a black hate crime, and I'm not knocking what happened to him, but we've been under, and you know me, I'm on the far right. With shit like this, they basically came in and he's okay, I'll do this, but I'm not going to do that for blacks because they know what's going to come from it. What happens when you make it a federal crime, a federal charge, now you can't go back and save these people's asses that violated. Then it's like mandatory sentencing, just like they did, and people want to talk all that shit, but let's just be real about it. If it would have been black people that stormed the Capitol, they would have lit their ass up, and I'm just being real. But if I would have been there, I'd have been shooting some motherfuckers because they had all opportunity, ability, and jeopardy. Now, if that would have been decent, and this is not speaking ill of them, but those are like high-paid security guards. If that would have been DC police, there'd have been some shot asses up there. You had Capitol Police that they shoot their gun, probably pull it one time, and that's when they qualify every year. And that's not knocking them, but people call it what it is.
You think they would have shot? You think they would have shot them white folks?
Oh, DC police would have lit that ass up. Dude, I had a one way of looking at it before I knew what happened. Remember when it first came out? I said, oh, hold on now. Let's wait and see. But once again, how media works. Media didn't put out the help calls. Media didn't say they were putting up 63s. Media didn't say officers getting their ass whooped. People trying to take their guns. Try to take my gun. I'm gonna give you 2 up.
And the one guy in that thing where my man, the one guy they had on camera that was retreating, oh, they pretty much made him a hero because of restraint.
Come on. Come on.
Hey, my man Jesse.
Well, no, they made him a hero because he was retreating, but he was buying those senators time to escape.
I call bullshit on that one.
Well, that's the story. Let's put it that way. The story is he say that him
y'all
doing,
going in there, I'm running this way.
Him doing that gave them time to retreat to get out.
Yeah,
he had a gun. Yeah. But that's the story they gave. Nita said, notice the Asian hate bill was passed in hours. Meanwhile, the George Floyd bill has not even come to the floor for a vote over a year. I mean, that's a perfect example.
Now, that's something you should protest, people.
Great friend of the show, Jesse Bingham. He said,
what up, Jesse?
It's a social fear brought on by being afflicted with Afro-Americans. It's a different way of putting it.
What that is?
What in the world is that? Boy, it sounds like somebody's spanking.
But he said, well, repeat that.
He said it is a social fear brought on by being afflicted with Afro-Americans. That's why the hate crime, make sure I'm doing this right, Jesse. That's why you're saying that the hate crime hasn't come down.
Hasn't come down because they simply don't care because it's dealing with black folks.
So I think what he's saying is that
once they call it what it is,
they don't want one person won't bring that up because that will mean it's a fear of them being afflicted with Afro-American, with black people. That's basically what he's saying. There's not one person that will bring that, of another race, that will bring that, to Congress, whoever you got to bring it to make it actually a federal hate crime. It's their fear of being associated with black people is why it won't come down.
Interesting. And I can see that as well.
Very much so.
Just sad.
Yeah, affiliated. That's what he meant. He meant affiliated, afflicted. He said affiliated with black people, with Afro-Americans.
But that's
because I call bullshit on that. Now let me address that for a second.
Wait, because I don't know if they heard him. My man just said, "Do you know how many cops would be in trouble if they made that a hate crime?" Now go ahead.
Okay, and I think a lot of times as African Americans we've shown shade for reason, but as I said, every time somebody comes on the show and I corner them up and say, well, what happened? What happened? Did you complain? Did you complain? Did you do this? Did you do this? It's always no, 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 no. And it's almost like in our community it's fashionable to say that you were mistreated by the police. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, because it does happen. But the reality is now, if you go back to the 60s, the 70s, 80s, or when I first got on, 89, 90, there was a couple of times when the N-word supposedly flew by white officers and there was OPS complaints and was investigated. Now, I've been out there and I've never heard an officer, no officer stupid enough to beat a black guy down saying, you goddamn nigger, out down beating your ass. No. But where the racism comes into it isn't that, I've said it all along, the disparity in arrest numbers. That's how they're destroying us. That's how they're destroying us. When
But let me ask you this.
And then the convictions of those.
Exactly.
Do you really think that a white officer would do that in front of other black officers?
No, even if it's not. I mean,
do you not think that they do it if it's just him and his other white counterpart?
I'm not saying it doesn't happen. That'd be stupid to say it doesn't happen. This is America.
But I'm just saying,
what I'm saying
you're saying that you've never seen it, and I can understand why you've never seen it.
No, but okay, I've also reviewed countless numbers of body cams. And I've stood over the shoulders of my sergeants to it. And anytime there's a use of force complaint, we have to investigate it. Any use of force. Anytime an officer uses force in Atlanta, it's investigated. And I've done countless numbers of use of force reports or reviewed them and signed off on them. it just doesn't happen the way everybody's portraying it. Now, I'm not saying if you get caught down in Ludwig, Georgia, some small town, it doesn't happen. But the vast majority of police interactions with us is positive. I think what people aren't looking at.
I believe that too.
What people aren't looking at is how I think the multi-billion-dollar system, I've said it several times in the show, of mass incarceration, and we're the biggest cash cow in America. We're the number one consumers. We got them stimulus checks. We spend them the same day. All right. When you're looking at jails, we fill them up at disproportionate numbers. And we're not dealing with that as a people. But how we're affected is when, okay, say if there's a blunt here. I pass it to you, we pass it around the room, and boom, somebody sees it. He locks up all 5 of us for possession of marijuana. Okay, that doesn't happen in white communities. When you're hanging out in Buckhead, you're not rolled up on the same way you are in some of the other zones. That's where the issue lies. Now it's the individual also decides if he arrests or not. But if we start looking at different cities and what the arrest numbers are, why their numbers are there. Now, this is one thing we're going to have to own up as a people. We're violent as shit. Look at the numbers. But once you start saying it out.
Now, yeah, we're violent, but we ain't the only violent race out there now.
No, but what I'm saying is disproportionately.
The numbers are different because, as you just said, officers are not reporting it. They're deciding not to arrest.
Well, decide not to arrest, but the thing that we're not looking as a people, I think anyway, is that all the things that happen against us in America, we have to start singling out, picking and choosing our battles. But the one that we face it, just about everybody gets shot by police had one thing in common. Something occurred that brought a police officer there. Very few shootings have been where an officer, other than that 14-year-old that had the gun, no, but it's a call. It was still a call. They were called to the area. But what I'm talking about is when officers go into an area and choose to arrest for drinking in public. One of the biggest meltdowns I had was when I was in Red Dog, the first time we won the pennant with the Braves. We went up to Buckhead and they told us a certain deputy chief got on top of a car and told us, don't make no arrests. But before the pennant race, we had went around Fulton County Stadium, Summerhill, and cleansed it. What I mean by cleansed it, well, we don't want anybody to get robbed. This is going to be national TV, boom, 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 boom. And we locked up drinking in public, everything else. But they wanted us to go to Buckhead and not affect the arrest. As soon as he finished, anybody that was in Red Dog during that time can attest to it, saw a guy walking, he turned up a Jack Daniels bottle, walking past us. I was watching him. As soon as it was over, I ran, spun him around and cuffed him, brought him in. I ended up working the wagon that night because they could not make me unarrest him because it was a lawful arrest. But that was my stance on it.
But they didn't want you to arrest
But they told us we're up there just in case it gets bad.
They didn't want you to arrest nobody else, so that's why they put you on the wagon.
Exactly. It put them in the wagon. But that's what happens to us. It happens all. Oh no, that ass had to go to jail. There's no one to work because I can say one thing. I never tainted my badge. And if anybody goes, everybody goes. And so, but what I'm saying.
Hold on. My man Jesse, you know Jesse Reddy. He's talking to you right now. He said, stop it. I'm figuring this is how he said it. Stop it. Convictions are the parameter and the metrics, those FBI reports that suggest that skewed violence numbers. It just supports the idea of black on black crime. And that's kind of what I just said. There's a lot of crime that go on in other races, but it's not reported. So it doesn't mean that we're violent as shit.
No, the ag assaults, no.
But it's not reported.
No. It is, no. No. These, you're talking ag assault.
Right.
Those murders are reported.
It's not made nationwide.
It's not made nationwide.
The media is not interested in that.
So this is what we have to stop
doing.
To say
that we're violent as shit.
Yeah, we are. What I mean by that,
there's
against
other people that's violent too.
Against our own people. We're not talking about other people here. We're talking about the disproportionate number. We have 68% of the ag assaults in every city with a sizable black population, the prison population. that is 68% of it is black. And what I'm saying is, when we start looking at why, that's where I'm talking about the racism occurs, because in certain areas they're targeting it, and also you're more likely to get arrested and approached. Same thing, you work zone 2, Lo, you know what I'm talking about. They did not police the same way in zone 2, but they policed the zone 1, zone 3, and zone 4.
Is that not the problem?
That's a problem. What I'm talking about is that deal with that and why it occurs. So you're going to have to fix what I've always said, the educational system, and you're going to have to bring jobs to those communities.
But I hear what you're saying to help us out. I hear what you're saying. Fix the educational community, get the jobs out there so that so many black people are not committing these crimes.
They have no choice. That's why they're committing the crimes.
If these white people that have the educational system, if these white people in these other areas are still committing these same crimes, but they're not being, you just said it, they're not being approached the same way, they're not being policed the same way, how does that make, I mean, it's both are the same, but only one is being policed a certain way. Why is the other one being policed the same way?
Let me clarify that.
But do you really, but do you and Jesse really believe that they're committing the same type of crimes?
They're not.
Do you believe that? I mean, here's the problem. I mean,
they're committing
crimes.
Yeah,
but are they committing the same type of crime? We're talking about the violent crimes.
But
you know what I mean?
If you're committing a crime, it's a crime.
Oh, come on, dude.
You just said you arrested a dude for walking with a bottle.
It was against the law.
It's the law. But if it's against the law, it's a crime.
We're talking violent crime numbers.
The approach is different. Okay, that's true. You know, and I was there for that pennant, and I was foot beat in zone 2, so I know what we were told not to do. We were told not to make certain arrests. You know what I mean? And it was just fact.
I did.
You know, but and I did too, and I got called in for it. But but we're talking about if you're talking about the violent crimes, you know, and if we're talking about inner city crimes. You know, I mean,
and that's what the issue is.
We can't be in denial of our own people.
Yeah, and I'm not.
That they are committing violent crimes at a rapid rate.
I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying?
Against us.
Against us.
I'm with you.
And against them. But you know what I mean? And we can't say that. I can't say from my police days that the number of violent crimes that I had to deal with from the two races weren't proportionately different. And I mean,
and not even close.
You was out there. I believe that. I can go with you on that.
Right down there.
I can go with you on that. But just
what made you do that, dude?
Yeah.
But just going on what Ask Cop is saying.
Punched me in the nose, and that was the end of the fight.
Yeah.
Well, nobody getting stomped, nobody was getting kicked out, nobody eyes poking. You know what I mean?
And then they're beating their friend's ass while you're locking them up.
Hey, stop it.
So they're getting on you for locking up the person that was beating them up. They're getting on you for
not getting on us, getting on that person. They help you.
Hey, stop resisting.
Out of 100 times they help you cuff people. No, what I meant is
let me. Of course, you know Jesse coming with it. Here you go. There are 41 million blacks in America. 141 million white people in America that commit crimes at the same rate.
Oh, they're not at the same rate, dude. No, not even close.
Look at the violent crimes
number. When you break it down, and by next show I will have the numbers broken down. If you look at by population, the amount of ag assaults and homicides that are committed by African American men far outshadow their white counterparts. Crime is
not saying that the white folks aren't committing them. Not saying
but they're not doing it as much.
As much. Yes.
It's not even close.
So now let me ask you this:
It's not even close.
Do you, being that y'all been on the force, do you think that some of them have committed some of these crimes, and not killing somebody, not murder, ag assaults, armed robberies, and it's just not being reported because they're not being patrolled the same way?
It's like.
That's a victim in that crime.
MJ asks this question all the time about why you bought your gun, right? So let's just say, Jesse, you walking down the street right now, and you see 5 white guys walking down the street together on one side of the street, and you see 5 black guys, pants sagging, the whole, you know what I mean, the whole, which side of the street are you gonna be most comfortable walking on?
Now,
counting money. Put that in there. Counting money.
Are you at least be concerned about those 5 white guys walking on the street?
I'm gonna do MJ. I'm gonna go right.
Go ahead.
Now, all white people don't dress right.
I didn't say.
That's what I'm going with, because you just said pants sagging.
The white guys are sagging.
Wait.
They sagging too.
Yeah, they sagging. They got the daggone things coming out their nose.
One of them got dreads.
Tattoos.
One of them got dreads. One of them got dreads.
One of them got the main.
Are you the least big concern walking down that street with them?
Well, if I had to pick and choose,
3 o'clock in the morning.
If I had to pick and choose,
3 o'clock in the morning.
If I had to pick and choose,
count $1,000.
if I had to pick and choose, I'm going through the white guys. I mean, I got you.
It's just that simple.
I got you, but
that's just being real. That's just being real. But what? Go ahead. But what?
we're acting as if these cats ain't out here doing crazy shit too.
Not at the number. They're not. Okay,
I ain't say that. And again, I don't even know
out
if it's
of the
at the
last
number,
10
because
years,
if they're not convicted,
out of the last
is it not a
20
it's not
years,
even a number anymore? Is it?
It's not happening. If you look at inside the city of Atlanta in the last 20 years, they may have been 20, 30 people white arrested for homicide, and we're averaging over 100 a year.
I can believe that, especially in Atlanta. I mean, yeah.
No, but there's a sizable white population, and those numbers haven't changed. Now it's probably 60-40 white to black in Atlanta now.
In Atlanta.
And that's not happening.
In
and
Atlanta, because we're talking about the city limits of Atlanta.
Fugitive all over the state of Georgia.
If you're talking about Atlanta and the Atlanta area, I don't know if it's 60-40
and those violent
white to
crimes
black.
just aren't happening in those other communities. Now, when you're talking about mass murders, okay, that's a white thing. But if you're talking about just senseless homicides, it doesn't occur in their community. Their shit's normally domestic related, or, you know, my daddy didn't give me allowance this week, I kill him, that type shit.
Okay, here go Jesse. The same crimes that are in the hood are in the trailer parks. The difference is that the trailer parks are spread out, and the people in the hood are stable in the same place in each city. And then he said, okay, who is the most responsible for violent rapes?
Now that's a good question.
That really depends. I would say that's more of a white thing. Like certain crimes, you know, like we will do it, but when you're talking about rape, that's more of a white thing than a black thing. Certain crimes are. Now, but when you're talking about ag assault, and when he brought up a trailer park, what trailer park people do, like, okay, I have a hunt club down in South Georgia. We used to be able to take your tree stands, your four-wheeler, and leave it down there. You can now, because them meth heads will steal the sweetness out of cookies. And they just steal everything. That's a white trailer park crime. Drugs, meth, white trailer park crime. Will steal anything they can get their hands on. White boy crime. White boys just aren't killing people like that. Now, when they're involved in the drug trade, does it happen? Of course. But not to the same degree that it happens in our community. That's just facts.
Just facts.
Man, Tommy was killing people on Power. He's a white boy.
Who was he killing?
But it was white on black.
Exactly.
It was white on black.
Yeah,
it wasn't black on black.
But that doesn't happen. It hasn't happened in Atlanta. White boys are not coming around shooting people up on the corners. It's not happening.
Unc said he tired, it's past his bedtime. We got his blood boiling. But tell JT he not drinking enough. He also said to make sure we read George Soros' history. He said he survived Hitler, Mussolini. He made a promise to use his millions to stop fascism worldwide. Antifa means anti-fascism. All Americans so take a pledge to fight fascism. But Trump BS all the stupid to do research. We're all Antifa, anti-fascism. Trump is a fascist. Soros against all fascists worldwide. Nita said the anti-lynching bill written by Senator Cory Booker and then Kamala Harris was defeated by every white senator, and of course the black Republican Senator Tim Scott.
Unc be throwing them names out there, boy. All right, last comment from Jesse, then we're going to wrap this thing up. He said that he lived in L.A. his whole life. You got to meet some of them. So I guess he talking about there's some white guys in L.A. that's.
Oh yeah, I mean I go out to L.A. all the time.
That's some real.
Burbank.
There's some real bad ones now. Nobody's saying it's not. Nobody's saying it's not. You know what I'm saying? But right now in the city of Atlanta, by itself,
Baltimore, D.C., Chicago, where I just was.
You can look at all those crimes. You see it on the news every day. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, and I hate it. I hate it.
Right, exactly.
I hate it. I hate when you hear certain murders, you be like, there's gonna be a black dude.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, certain crimes you can see on the news
you be hoping
in
like,
Atlanta.
please don't be somebody black.
There's certain crimes you can see on the news in
It's
Atlanta.
like the guy got shot at the golf course. But I was like, man, I hope there ain't nobody black shot their folks at the golf course. But who was?
Or when you looked at those 7 murders,
Right.
Those 7 murders, like whoa, and then you saw automatically I said that's gonna be a white guy.
Go and say your thing that you say.
Okay.
You're going to wrap this thing up.
All right. As always, in our community, there's a mistrust of police. Make sure anytime something happens, you can call, especially in the city of Atlanta, call a supervisor out if you disagree with the way it's happening. But let's not waste people's time. If you've committed a crime or if you've ran a red light, let's not turn it into a Supreme Court decision on the corner because you just don't want a ticket. But if you feel that you've been wrong, call a supervisor to the scene. If the supervisor and the way it went down, you still think it's wrong, take the time to follow up with a formal complaint. Good police officers do not mind you filing complaints. Why? Because they're good officers. Complaints come with the job. File a proper complaint with them. If you think it's a civil rights violation, you can file an anonymous complaint with the FBI. And also, you can go to GBI. They'll take a complaint against a state agency. So let's talk more about, let's do things to bring about change. If you want to do something positive, look at the arrest numbers in your city and look at the racial breakdown of it, the times it occurs, and do stuff like that. When it happens in cities all across America, the Supreme Court and federal judges have mandated that agencies are censored, where they can only do certain things and they have to track it. You have agencies that anytime they write a ticket, they got to put the time, the race of the individual, and what happened, and they put it into a system. That's how they track it. That brings about change. But just to argue and say, oh, y'all was mistreated by a cop. Cops hate us. No, cops don't hate us. Because think about it. A lot of the cops that come to work in Atlanta could just as easily, well, now we're the highest paid again, but they could go to Gwinnett and all they have to do is get cats out of trees, unless you're in the Latino area.
So listen, real quick, man. I was having a conversation with a younger person today, and you know they're rebooting Fantasy Island. This has nothing to do with the topic, just something I had to just bring up. They're rebooting Fantasy Island. Y'all know that?
Yeah.
And so I asked, were they familiar with Fantasy Island? So he's, nah, what is that? And then I thought about it. I said, dang.
Who's going to be tattooed?
I really felt bad because it really showed the age difference again. You know what I mean? You know when you talk to people younger and it really shows. Dwayne, you ever seen Fantasy Island before? You ever heard of it? Oh, you have heard of it. Okay, so you in your 30s. All right. So Fantasy Island, you realize Fantasy Island came out in 1978.
What was the name of the little dude?
Yeah, that guy.
That guy. What was his name?
Tattoo.
Tattoo, the plane, boss. They never heard of tattoo. And I said, you know, the plane. Joe looked at me like I was crazy.
That's right. There's so many jokes about the air comedian had a tattoo joke.
I'm like, man, anyway, I just had to just bring it up, man. It just made me laugh today, but I realized like that. Then they realized that, you know, the last episode ran like 1984. They weren't even born yet. So I was like, oh, well, I guess that might be why you don't know nothing about it.
Top 5.
Yeah, I'm about to do that next. I had to do that first. Well, I forgot. All right, here we go. Since you asked for MJ, you up first.
Oh.
Top 5 movies of all time.
Oh, man. Dude.
Y'all got the mic, too. Y'all going to be on today.
Glory.
Wow.
Good one.
Caught me with that one.
Mm-hmm.
To Serve with Love. I just got it. I love Minister Society. God Gladiator. Shoot.
One more.
I'm a Press fan. Purple Rain.
Purple Rain. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that one at all.
That's a classic.
Yes, sir.
Dwayne, what you got? Top 5 movies of all time.
Bad Boys.
I'll start off with The Rock.
Rock, okay.
Second favorite movie, Any Given Sunday. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Third, Brown Sugar. I like Brown Sugar. Fourth, Life.
Classic.
Yes. And last but not least, Django. That's my favorite movie of all time. Okay. Django is my favorite movie of all time.
Well, what you got? Top 5. Top 5 movies.
We should know some of these.
I got some old ones. Devil in a Blue Dress.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Both of y'all got the old school Denzel.
Yeah. Devil in a Blue Dress. Damn, I had it in my head. It's Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy and what was it? The Harlem movie.
Harlem Nights.
Harlem Nights.
So Harlem Nights.
Yeah, that's good.
Number 2. Will Smith. The first space movie he did.
Independence Day.
Independence Day. Because of the money it made. Muhammad Ali. How many is that?
It's 4.
4.
He said how many is that? Look at his hand with 4 fingers.
4 fingers.
That's
Okay.
funny.
Okay.
I wish y'all could have saw that.
Raisin in the Sun.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
Wow, John, that's deep, man. John said, I really started to believe that some white cops become police officers to kill black people because they know they're going to get away with it. I hope that's not true, brother.
I swear I hope it's not true.
I don't know if they
can show enough hide that.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
They can hide.
I would hope that's not the case. I do believe that they look forward to arresting some black folks. But to kill them, I think you have to be really in one of the little small hick towns.
Especially now.
Yeah, especially now.
Cell phone cameras and everything.
Let me get Nita's real quick before we go to you, JT. She said she got Remember the Titans, Uptown Saturday Night, classic. Let's Do It Again, classic. Harlem Nights, and Ali. All right. What you got, T?
Yeah, she hit on one of mine. Uptown Saturday Night.
Yeah.
So many, man. Training Day.
Yeah.
Training Day. Training Day. The 5 Heartbeats.
Oh yeah.
Classic.
I've seen that like 50 times.
That's 3, right? It's my second one. I would say I want to say this, but it's only one section that I like. That's the 9 Mile movie, 8 Mile. But it's only the rap section, so I ain't gonna use that.
The battle,
man.
Battles were classic.
I can't stop looking at it. My wife is tired of it. She probably knows all the rhymes by heart by now. But I would say Purple Rain. But my number one of all time, Superfly.
Superfly.
Period.
Oh, the soundtrack on that motherfucker was tight, boy.
Period. Superfly. Shav could have been there, but Superfly? Bruh. Yeah.
You just took one of mine. That's
yeah.
So I'm Scarface.
Oh, man.
I'm Godfather, the first one. First Godfather. Which Way Is Up is one of my all-time favorites. I can watch that movie today and watch the whole thing like I ain't never seen it before. That's 3. I got Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
I can watch that again. I done seen that thing 1,000 times, and I can go 1,000 more. And last would be, I gotta go with MJ on this one. Purple Rain. Purple Rain. The Menace to Society is
Right there.
right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually like. I love Boys in
New
the
Jack
Hood.
City.
Oh damn!
Oh, yeah.
New Jack City.
Yeah,
New Jack City
bro.
might bump Purple Rain down to 5B.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about
New
that.
Jack
Yeah.
City was my joint.
New Jack City.
Yeah.
The soundtrack was
Yeah,
dope,
the movie was
and the
dope.
movie was incredible.
Yeah. New Jack.
New Jack City.
Wesley just put Prince out. Yeah.
Yeah, Wesley not
my
that.
top five. Yeah.
Wesley
Yeah.
not Prince down.
Yeah.
That movie was classic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mobile Blues was good.
Mobile Blues. Yeah.
Mobile Blues
Oh, yeah,
was
forgot
good.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, Mobile Blues was good, but
I did some of the good movies, man.
those movies I can watch any of those.
Oh.
in any given moment.
Damn. Forgot about Spike Lee.
Which one? Do the Right Thing.
I like Do the Right
Do the Right Thing is a classic.
I mean, we still
School Days is a
Jungle
classic.
Fever.
Look,
Jungle Fever.
Yeah,
look. Do
Keep
the
going on with Spike Lee,
do the
can't
right thing is what we still living today.
real talk.
We living that right now,
Real
bro.
talk.
Choke radio
Spike need to
Raheem
come out with
out.
some more movies.
Made his sneakers stop moving.
Happening right now. That's real.
I'd like to Spike Lee to put out a spin message on the black on black violence. I think that's somebody that could do a good job at it.
Oh man, Malcolm X. Man, Spike Lee's a genius, man.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah.
Malcolm X, man.
I love that movie. He is underappreciated. Like
He really is, man.
Yeah, he's really underappreciated.
Denzel,
big
that was
time.
supposed to win an Oscar. It was supposed to be for Malcolm X, man. He epitomized.
When you think
Especially if
about
you read the book and really understood that.
I mean, right now, if you think about Malcolm X, that's who you see. Just like with Ali, you almost see Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? It's bad. I mean, it's sad, but at the same, not sad, but it's crazy, but because it shows how great they did in it.
Yeah.
You know, but you're talking about forgetting the face of two of the
Ray.
most iconic people ever.
Ray was good.
That shows you
Ray
that
was
those
excellent.
actors did great. Oh, damn, forgot about Ray. Yeah, we're
Ray was real
It
good.
would have been in my top five.
Top five is hard. We
Yeah.
might have to expand that, start doing this earlier and do top 10 because that's hard, man. Matter of fact, we need to start thinking about what we go so we can think about it. Because trying
I
to
like
think
it
about
when
it
it's
on
off
the,
Yeah, it need to be
I
off the
like
top.
the
Yeah, it be off the top.
all week be having a headache trying to figure out, oh, damn, I forgot
I
about
know
this.
because then it would be too, precise.
Yeah.
Like I just thought about. I love movies.
Yeah, and it's fun when you do it off the top and you
Yeah.
come back and be like, oh yeah, but what about?
Yeah, like you said, something. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. Because that's
Yeah.
one thing I think we don't have those fun movies anymore. But then
Oh,
again,
man, well, they
that
didn't-
kind of let you know who Bill Cosby really was too back then.
What?
Yeah.
Brother.
player,
Lena
player,
got-
he's clean, boy.
She got Coming to America, Color Purple,
yeah, Color
Uptown
Perfect.
Saturday Night, Star Wars,
Star Wars.
Malcolm X,
The original
Oh.
Star Wars.
Denzel. Absolutely, yeah, original Star Wars was the
Original
bomb.
Star Wars.
I had my kid go back and watch all the original Star
Man,
Wars.
I've been-
before y'all.
I've
Y'all gotta
been-
watch this before y'all go watch all the other ones.
Look,
You gotta watch this
I've
one.
been waiting to
Denzel
get us a
definitely
car
got
that just
robbed.
ride on air. I've been waiting for those.
Oh,
those
Hurricane. You're right. Hurricane.
yeah, Hurricane. Yeah.
Denzel got robbed.
Denzel always gonna
Yeah,
get you.
Denzel gonna
But-
go down as probably the greatest ever when they
Ever, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
He-
I mean
he's the
he's
GOAT.
not made a bad. No one movie I keep on forgetting the name of. You know the one with the guy brushes him every time he touches somebody.
Yeah.
The spirit jumps to the next guy.
Yeah,
that was a good
when,
ass
when
movie, you know what
Denzel
I'm
was a
talking about?
cop, he was a
Yeah,
cop
it's a
chasing
cop,
him.
yeah.
I can't think of the
Chasing
name
the
of it.
guy.
He was chasing the guy.
John, I watched John Q the other day.
Yeah.
It came on VH1. I messed around. I was supposed to watch something else. I stopped there watching John Q.
We might have
But
to
he's
do-
so
look,
believable in every role.
We might have to do a show on movies and just think about the lessons in the movie that was there. 'Cause I
about
guarantee you, there's a lot of stuff that we didn't see.
Yeah,
Like,
Raising the
watch
Sun
this.
too, boy.
Watch this. I'm gonna mess y'all up with this. In the movie Friday.
Friday.
Now,
That's another classic.
in the movie Friday, when the girl called Ice Cube, and when she called him, and he asked her for the money, did you realize that she's actually in the bed with another guy? Go back and watch it.
Dad, for real?
Yeah.
Somebody told me that, and I actually went back and watched it.
I done
and
watched
yeah,
that movie 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that.
dude over there asleep. Yep. Yep. She done knocked Buddy off and called Ice Cube. So does that make Ice Cube the man, or? All right, y'all, we're gonna get closed out. I got to say this because I got the shirt on, as y'all can see. Shell of a Man stage play. For those of you that are in the Atlanta area, we're going to be in Marietta this weekend. 3 shows. Friday night on the 13th at 7 p.m. Sunday night at 4 and 7 p.m. It's basically a story about 7 men that have different issues that affects their family members, and then it shows how it affects the family members, and then they kind of explain why. I give you some of them. Alcoholism, that's one that I play, as you can see. I'm drinking right now. My name is Jimmy Lee. My wife's name is Dora. You have molestation. You have the dreamer, the guy that dreams about doing stuff and never gets it done. You have physical abuse. What's another one? Mental abuse. I'm telling you, it's actually a play for men. It's not bashing men. It's actually letting other people get to understand some of the things that black men go through and what they do to mask it and how it affects their families. So that's this weekend, man. Y'all look at my page and you can actually see where you can get the tickets at. It's limited seating. That's why we're doing 3 shows because, again, we are in a pandemic, so we're going to be spaced out while you're sitting. It's not a big area, but we're actually going to have people spaced out in there. So limited seating. So if you want to get your ticket, check out my page tomorrow. You check it out tonight, but you just got to scroll down some. But tomorrow I will put the ticket link up there. I think that's it for me right now. All the other stuff I really can't talk about. BET Tales, big time in that show. Lifetime movie called, can I say it? Relentless. I'm in there with Tatiana Ali.
Really?
And yeah. Tatiana, she's a grown woman, man.
She was a beautiful girl.
Man, I'm looking at her like she's still Ashley from the Fresh Prince.
Right.
And then I looked her up, I'm like, man, she married with 3 kids. What am I?
Wow. Ain't that something?
And then I'm also in a movie, a Lifetime movie. I think it's going to be on Lifetime. It's based on a church here in Atlanta. The scandal that happened here in Atlanta is based on that. I am in that one with
there's several of those in Atlanta.
the big scandal.
Creflo scandal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not Creflo. The cater, what's his name?
Eddie Long.
Yeah. It's based on that.
Deeper.
It's called Honk for Jesus. I'm in that with Sterling Brown and I can't think of her name. Who's the stripper in The Best Man?
Oh yeah,
the dude with the dreads fell in love with.
Yeah.
I'm in it with her also. So
okay.
Yeah, look out for that. But this weekend, man, if you can get these tickets, you can come see me live and in person. Make sure that you do that. What you got, bro?
Just want to read my mom's real quick. She said, make sure you read mine. But she only gave me 3. She got Coolie High.
Coolie High, yeah.
I watched Coolie High the other night too.
Yeah.
New Jack City, Do the Right Thing. But you only gave me 3.
Those are good ones.
See, there's
New
another
Jack
one.
City, I forgot about that.
Scarface.
Scarface.
There's another one, but I know I already gave my 5, but this was gonna go way back. Cornbread Earl and Me.
Earl and Me.
This is back when Lawrence Fishburne's name was actually Larry Fishburne Jr.
Yep. How about that? Cornbread
Earl and Me.
Wow.
Dribbling that basketball with a Yoo-hoo. I fell in love with Yoo-hoos after that movie, man.
Across the base to see that at Fort Devils.
Wow. Anyway, yeah, that everybody thought about that one. Cornbread Earl and Me.
yeah, that one right there, boy.
She said, "Tell MJ the movie's Falling." Falling. That's one with Denzel.
Yeah, Falling.
Yeah, Falling.
That's it.
Okay,
That's
okay.
it. That's it. Yeah.
I love that movie.
Mom said she wants to see Shell of a Man too. So
Yep. Come on through.
Remind me tomorrow. I'll get you some tickets.
Yeah. Yes. I think Sunday would be a better day for her to come through because
Good deal.
Friday show I think is pretty much. I don't know if it's sold out, but a lot of people want to do Friday. So, but it's in Marietta, right there off of what's that? Franklin Street. Yeah, right off there off Franklin Street. So yeah, y'all come on up. Appreciate it. Get some pictures. I even give you my autograph. I don't think it's worth nothing right now, but wait.
But one day.
Just wait.
One day.
Save it.
I want mine signed Pretty Ricky, what they call me. Hey, man, y'all just remember to keep voting, man. Keep voting. If you ain't registered to vote, go vote. That time. I'm good.
So next week, man, we're going to let you know right now we're going to be talking about next week. We are going to be hitting on, our black men giving more loyalty and respect to other black men more than they're giving loyalty and respect to black women.
Uh-oh.
Think about that's a class issue.
Somebody else got Brett Boog said.
Think about it.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Think about that right there, because next week, that's what we're going to get on, and need your participation in this one.
I'll finally be on the left of a subject.
Brett got American Gangster, Purple Rain, New Jack City, Lean on Me. Lean on Me was a good one.
Yeah.
American Gangster. Yeah.
Dre said, JT, can I get some love? Dre Hartley.
Hartley's on the what did Hartley say?
What up, Dre? Dre ain't give me no movies though.
Gotta have Hartley on here.
What's up, Brett Boogie? Brett.
Yeah.
Man, Brett Boogie. Man, Brett, I wish I could have you on the show, dude, because that dude has a story. I used to work with this cat. That dude has a story that people just, yeah. I'm gonna talk to you about that, Brett. Might have to get you in on the video link. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up, man. They over there, man. Dude was looking at his hand saying 4, so he ready to go. So our engineers are ready to go. So we're gonna go ahead and get this one wrapped up next week. Like I said, black man, are you giving the respect and loyalty to black men too much? In other words, more than what you're giving respect and loyalty to black women. So we will see you next week. That is it for Classic Conversations.
Dre gave me his list.
Oh, wait.
Dre got Malcolm X. The top 5, Malcolm X, Love Jones. I watched that last week. 300 was another good one. Life and New Jack City.
New Jack City.
I didn't say Life. I sure didn't. God.
Dwayne said Life. Brett said anytime, let him know, Dre. JT said he ready.
Yeah, we got to get that done. Yeah, that's a great story right there.
Good list.
All right, y'all. So that wraps it up for Classic Conversations with JT and Low. And, of course, Ask a Cop. We'll see you next week, you dig?
Shit that we on. This shit that we on. Look, this shit that we on. Look, this shit that we on. Look, this shit that we on. This shit that we do. Claim niggas an animal, cause wild now like the zoo. Caged up, let us loose. Black lies on the matter, nigga, when you're lying dead on the news. Gotta bang that blue. Cops kill your blood, niggas ain't talking about Pyro. Better get a clue. Wake up, my people, this shit can happen to you. Treating us like fools, keep killing our youth. Spreading lies in our schools, they ain't telling the truth. Fuck calling it rules.